Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Toffee Bluecast. As you wanted, we do a player rating show, which will be around 20 to 30 minutes. We'll go through it pretty quick. We want you to get involved. It's what you wanted, so you're a massive part of it. Me and Paul will give our player ratings. We want you to give your player ratings in the comments. We'll try and put them on the screen. So it's basically Everton fans coming together to give their ratings of the players a day after the game. We're kind of a day after the game. The reason I'm a little bit late is because I've downloaded TikTok for Toffee Bluecast and I was having a little bit of a fiddle on it. And Toffee Bluecast is now on TikTok. Yeah, we're going with the times. And we've got already 80 followers. And the big plan was to get involved in TikTok to get more Everton fans to come over on the YouTube channel on Toffee Bluecast. So we've got more Everton fans in the comments. Toffee Bluecast wants to bring Everton fans together. And it's definitely doing that. But if we can find any other way to get new Everton fans popping up and us talking to them and interacting with them, we're game for that. We want a big, massive group of Everton fans in the comments on this Toffee Bluecast every show. Paul, player ratings. I know you liked this last time. How are you feeling?
Yeah, it was good. It was good, actually. And what I've sort of gathered every player rating from Flash Scores, which we use. And there's one or two interesting ones, some that I think people will agree with, some people won't agree with, but it'll be interesting. And before we get going as well, we got lots of people congratulating us in the comments as well, because we got to 6,000 subscribers. So thank you everyone who said well done, and we keep going. 7,000 next.
What's the next target? Is the next target 7,000? Like 6,000? Like, marching down that Goodison Road, baby. 6,000 subscribers. Woo! We do like to go live. We do like to go live, and we do like this channel. And we look. It's not about who's hosting it. It's generally about who's in the comments. That's what it's about. And we took everything on the screen. And if Toffee Bluecast is bringing Everton fans together, I mean, we get this story of like me. I'm not a local, but I know loads of locals, and I love them. Love all the guys. But I'm not a local, and sometimes it was hard for me to interact with Everton fans. I started this channel, and wow. I know so many Everton fans now, and it's amazing knowing you all. It really is, on X and on YouTube, and I love it. I love chatting to Everton fans about Everton, and that's what it does, isn't it, Paul? It gives us the Toffee Bluecast is a place where Everton fans can just get together, and that's what we're doing right now.
Yeah, dead right. And we're a nice bunch. So anyone who's in here for the first time, welcome. And even if you're not an Everton fan, because we have actually got quite a few people who watch, and
we do opposition.
To enjoy what we do that aren't Blues. They're Forest, they're Fulham, they're Bournemouth, they're all over the show. So if you're in tonight and you're not a Blue, let us know in the comments and say hello.
Yeah, we do like you. As long as you're respectable football fans, we love our football, of course we do, and we have opposition fans on as well. So it is a big football channel, mainly based on Everton, but we do hit other teams when we play them. Of course we do. I'm excited for this one. The only problem with this show, Paul, and you touched on it just a minute ago, is I do feel like it's a little bit of a debate. This is very different, like, because you don't have the same views on players. You don't. There's a lot of, like, do you know where we do lineups and it's like, yeah, I think the same. Player ratings is completely different. Some people might think a player's decent. Some people might think he's crap. Some people might give him a good rating. Some people might give him a really bad rating. So it's a good one. It's definitely not. We're not all in the same house on this one. I'm telling you, it's going to be.
No, that's true. That's true. And Decore is one of those. Lots of social media comments from people who reneged on their early tweets, get Decore off. Decore is this, that, and the other. And then he pops up 94th minute for the winner. So, yeah, always good.
I don't even like young people's music, Lulu, but I can only use music that's not copyright. I've got this. This says like casual 80s, but it takes a while to kick in this one. What's this one? casual 80s.
Very 80s.
Anything that's more. I've only got
We'll go.
What the heck is... After those dance moves, Lulu's probably thinking, get the young music back on because your salsa is not up to standards. But yeah, we do need to get some good music, but all of it's copyright. This is just YouTube music, not mine, unfortunately.
We can always branch eventually.
You have to do our heads at the same time. Oh, Ace Ventura, Pet Detective. Right, let's get stuck in and let's get serious. We've got about half an hour, so come on then, let's get stuck in. We're just going to try and do it fast because we wanted a quick show that we can probably put up on TikTok or something like that. So let's do this, Paul. What have you got?
Let's do this. Well, so we go through. Well, what'll happen is I'll mention a player who's in the starting lineup. We'll talk about how well they did. You throw in your rating in the comments. Me and Dan will give a rating, and we'll see how far away we are from flash scores, and we'll get an average. Yeah, we can do it like that. So might as well start with our number one and England's number one, Pickford. So in terms of Pickford, then, how do we think he did? And what rating would you give him? Put him in the comments.
Who's going first, me or you?
You go for it.
Well, Jordan Pickford, I'm trying to think back now to what saves he did. Did he come out and catch the ball well? Was his kicking good? His kicking was really good, by the way. He did it. I can remember him doing a cross ball over to the left, and it was Mikalenko chesting it down. Pickford put it to Mikalenko, and Mikalenko chest. There was a couple of really good balls from Pickford. So he's good with his feet. Can't remember no bad catching. Good saves. There was a lot of. They had a lot of shots, but there was down the middle. There wasn't hard saves, but they did have. I can remember Hudson-Odoi had 2 shots on target. That fake Grealish had 2 shots on target. So he did make a few saves, but nothing special. I'm going to give him an 8, Paul. There was nothing wow, but there was nothing wrong. I don't know if that's a good mark or bad.
No, well, I mean, going off our kind of ratings, which is going across the board at the bottom, 10 is excellent, and then we've got an 8 or 9 is great. Is that right?
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for it to catch up. 8 or 9 is great. 6 or 7 is good. 4 or 5 okay. 2 or 3 bad, and 1's terrible. He's got high standards as Jordan. So I would agree.
Normal great. Yeah, a normal great.
I can't remember. I can't remember him doing anything wrong. I'm quite happy to go an 8.5, 8.5 for me.
Always going to be trying to outdo me, are you? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
you're 8 at first, now you're chucking the 0.5 on to get ahead.
I thought I'd throw that in, that extra half in, just make it look as though I like him more than you do.
Well, I'm not going to play that game because we'll end up putting the 0.5s on until we put him on 10. So I'm sticking with 8. I'm not falling for the trap. I think 8's a good mark. 8's good. It's not a high good. It's just, yeah, he was good, but he didn't have to do that much because I thought we played quite well. That's what I'm going
with. We did very well, actually. We did very well. Lots of people thought Jordan did well. Lulu give 100 if she could. So I'm going to say that's an excellent from Lulu. Nick went for a 7. So it's a great score. Shelley went 7, Scouse went 7, Keegan went for a 9.5, Eltel went for an 8, and yeah, 8.5 for me. Rod's going to give everyone a 10. So why not?
I like it.
And the Flash Scores gave him it's a little bit too much. 7-7, and I think they actually gave him man of the match as well. Which I don't know whether I would have given him man of the match.
I thought Garner Gay was man of the match when I seen on Twitter.
Well, I did. I mean, it was our man of the match, and it was Everton's man of the match, and he won a vote and all that. This is just another opinion on something that we was used to throw at one or two discussion points anyway. But yeah, they went for Pickford man of the match 7.7. Let's go left back. So right, Mikalenko.
I'm just looking at my system here. So 10 is excellent, 8 to 9 is great, 6 to 7 is good. Do you know what? I thought Mikalenko, I'm going to give him an 8, like a low grade, because I thought Mikalenko was like, he was decent. And he was actually really good in the derby. He was playing really good in the derby. What was that? Sorry.
I don't know.
2 seconds.
What happened?
We had a freeze.
There.
We had a freeze. Try and put him back on. Where's Paul gone? Come back. Hold on, people. We have a little blunder. You're a rummage to leave. 2 seconds. We will have Paul back on. Wait with us. We was doing well then. We had no freezes and a complete freeze, didn't we? So we are on Mikalenko, people. Paul will try and sort his system out. 2 seconds. Yeah, we're on Mikalenko. I've just said I'm going to give Mikalenko an 8. To anyone that doesn't know the system that we're probably using, it is basically 10 is excellent, 8 to 9 is great, 6 to 7 is good. And then obviously it goes lower than that. See if we can get Paul back on.
That was weird. Don't know what happened there.
Neither do I. He left me on my own though. All by myself. Yeah, don't want to be all by myself. Make sure you stay this time.
Doing my best. Absolutely don't know what it just went bing like that. What did you go for Mikalenko then?
Well, Mikalenko, like I said, I think he was really good in the derby, and he was with an injury, and I think he was really good today as well. I thought it was against Williams, and he's been a knobhead. I'm going to give him a low 8. Like an 8 is the start of great, but not a really good great. I'm going to give him an 8. I don't feel I can give him okay because I thought he was better than okay, Mikalenko. What are you going for?
I'm going for an 8. I thought it was strong, steady, particularly second half. I didn't see any danger coming in from our left, their right hand side. I think he stifled them, to be fair. So yeah, did a decent job. Give him an 8. LTL gave him an 8. Keegan gave him a 7.5 from Nick. Shelley gave him an 8. Adam went for a 10. Yeah, I wish I was in Mackey's. Yeah, Wi-Fi might be better. Lulu went for a 7.7. Oh, she's getting specific. Stephanie, hi Steph, went for a 7.5. And Scouts went for a 7. So we're in the 7.5 kind of bracket at the moment. So that's not too bad. And Flash Scores gave him a 7.1.
Yeah, I knew it wouldn't be as high as ours. That's just
so did well. I'd say that was a great game. Great game, really. Right, let's move across. What about the giant that is Jared Branthwaite?
Well, Branthwaite, I thought he was decent. Nothing really wrong. Played really well. I'm trying to think whether Branthwaite did anything bad. Out of position probably once where he had to run back and make a slide tackle and a foul. I think that was where Branthwaite got his yellow card. I think he literally missed time. He mistimed the challenge. Mistimed the challenge, went to make up for it, had to stop their counter attack. I don't think it was his best game. I'm going to give him I'm going to give him a 7 good, a high good. I'm not going to give him an excellent because, like I say, he got the yellow card because he did something a bit stupid. Nothing bad, though. Really good defender. I'm going to give him a high good, a good 7. I'm going to give him Brantwaite.
That's fair enough. I'd go 7-5. I think him and Taki were solid. Headed everything away, got away with it. When Forest did sort of have a little array of corners, sort of second half, then he dealt with them. So did decent. I'd give him a 7. I think Mikalenko did better, but it's probably because his standards aren't as high as Brantwaite. So a good 7, I would say, for Brantwaite from me. Let's see what people have done. Scouts gave him a 6. Eltel gave him an 8.5. 7 for Bramflakes off Lulu. 7.5 off Nick. Keegan's probably a little bit harsh, 4.5.
No, that was.
But
He must probably expect
Shelley
something
gave him
supernormal.
maybe, and Shelley gave him a 7. Emma's just arrived. Hi, Em.
Where have you been, Emma?
So
Emma's in the house.
Oh yeah, she's been writing her player ratings. So they gave him a 7.6. They gave him a 7.6, which was one of the higher ratings. And it's
by
probably,
the way, Brantwaite is incredible. Yeah, I'd give Brantwaite a 10 every game. I'm just doing to what he normally plays when he's playing at his best. I'm only judging it to a player playing at his best. We know what the players are capable of, and I think when you do player ratings, you've got to are they at the best or are they below par of what they are? So, yeah, I'm going to stick with mine.
Yeah, I think they just dealt with everything that was in front of him. Do you think Tarkowski did better than Brantwaite? Or are they much of a muchness?
Yeah, I think Tarkowski did. I think he did some good long balls, like diagonal balls. He did some really good diagonal balls. Tarkowski, for me, he's had a little realization where I think under David Moyes has probably said to him, "You need to be more of a captain. You need to show your experience. You've been in this league for a lot of years." And I honestly do believe that Tarkowski has been a lot better under David Moyes. And if you listen to him after the games as well, he's not shying away now. He's ready. And Tarkowski, I'd give Tarkowski an 8. You know, like. Yeah, I'd give him an 8, which is above Brantwaite for me this game. Didn't do nothing wrong.
Yeah.
Good player.
I'd agree, to be honest. I think he was as good. He's probably the best one he might just edge Mikalenko for me. But yeah, I give him an 8.5, to be honest. I think he's a little bit better than Mikalenko, who did a great job, and I gave him an 8. So Tharky 8.5 for me. So I think he had a great game. Comments wise, and throw them in as well. We've got lots of people throwing in and letting us know. Nick went for an 8. Scouse went for a 7. Eltel went for an 8.5. Shelley went for an 8. Lulu an 8.5. And Keegan went for 8.8. Why not? So
not bad.
Yes, certainly a bigger fan of Tarkowski by the looks of it.
Very similar.
Yeah, exactly. They actually thought Brantwaite was just better than Tarkowski, and they gave Tarkowski a 7.5, which is still good. But yeah, personally, I thought, well, the back four were great. The back four were great, to be honest. But we weren't under the cosh a lot. So, as a team, did quite well.
No, I think the defense did get let off the hook a little bit. Like
a little bit sometimes.
The midfield was quite good, was quite high up a lot. So I think the defense had a nice game. Go on, what we got?
The giraffe. So we've got O'Brien next.
O'Lion
O'Brien.
It's mad though, because I've been putting all the shorts up and stuff like that and videos after the game, and I don't know if it was better or Garner Gay. Garner Gay put it on his Instagram saying "Copites are gobshites," and there's playing Uno, and was playing it on the coach. Copites are gobshites, and been putting the videos up, and all the lads coming out through the tunnel topless like Spartan warriors. When Everton are happy, we're happy, mate. And the players are very, very happy at the minute. And Jake O'Brien walked through with his top off. He's like, freaking listen, he's massive. Jake O'Brien's a big lad, you know. He's a very big lad, and he's not even fully grown yet, I tell you. Jake O'Lion, he's a beast. Right, so Jake O'Brien, this game, I love Jake O'Brien, Jake O'Lion. I think the sky's his limit. I've already keep messaging him that, and he doesn't read them. Of course he doesn't, but I'm messaging him thinking he does. I'm gonna give him. Let me just point out, he was against Hudson-Odoi, who is probably the most informed winger in the Premier League this season. Hudson-Odoi is class. He is a really good winger, and he's destroyed a lot of right backs. I think Hudson-Odoi turned him a couple of times and got the shot in, which we don't always like. So he didn't always stop him, but he definitely stayed with him, Paul. He has got that speed where Hudson-Odoi would normally do you. He didn't do him. I don't think many would mark Hudson-Odoi, and Hudson-Odoi has no joy out of him whatsoever. There's going to be some times that he does you, but there's going to be a lot of times that O'Brien stopped him. So I think O'Brien, it wasn't his best game, but I'll give him a 7. But I do think he did well for a centre-back. You could see a little bit it was a centre-back playing right back this game, which doesn't normally happen, but I think he had a fantastic game. I'm going to give him a 7, but I love him. I'd give him a 10 every day for loving him.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree. There was sometimes I think he, in some ways, he would have preferred Hudson-Odoi to go on the outside, and Hudson-Odoi did him a couple of times, came on the inside. But what was, I think I said this yesterday, what's good is that if Mykolenko on the left or O'Brien on the right falter a little bit and their opposite player comes inside, Tarkowski and Branthwaite are bam right there.
Tarkowski was straight. As soon as he cuts on the inside, Tarkowski will be on the block. Do you know what I mean? So they are a nice. They're a nice combination.
Yeah, defend. I mean, in the air, obviously, great and everything else. So I agree. I would. I'll go 7. I was wondering about a 6.5, but no, I'll go 7. I think that's reasonable.
I was gonna go 6.5, but I don't want to be brutal.
Especially for us keeping a clean sheet as well. Do you know what I mean? They're all part of that. So yeah, that's fair enough. People were similar thinking. No massive scores, but appreciative. So Nick went for a 7.5. Lulu went for an 8. Shelley went for a 7. Eltel thinks that he's absolute quality, to be fair. He gave him an 8. Emma went for 7 and a little giraffe emoji. Keegan, good. Yeah, it is good. It is great. And 7.9 from Keegan. We had Scouse gave him a 6. Pulls the average down. I don't mind that. I think he's probably more right than we are, really. So we're looking around the 7 bracket, maybe a 7.5 for O'Brien off everyone here.
No, I'm happy with that.
Gave him a 6.7.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me.
In comparison to the others, it's actually not. It's not too bad, to be fair. If we go in the middle, we'll go for the Wirral Wizard. We'll go for James Garner next. James Garner had his critics lately. Still managed to start. Do you think he had a good game? Do you think he deserves? I did say
it's nice now because we've chilled out a little bit more and we're starting to watch a bit of football and watch Man United be crap and appreciate that Everton are doing well. I think you watch the games after our games and think, you know what, we didn't play that well, but we're not as bad as we probably thought straight after the game. I'm going to go for 5, just an okay, a high okay. So 4 to 5 is okay. I'm going for a 5, okay. I know that seems like a brutal mark, but did he put any players through? No. Did he move? He did. He got us passing the ball well in midfield, but I don't think that was more to go on again. So I'm going to give him a 5, Paul. 5 is what I'm going to give him. And that means I don't think he played that well. He was okay.
Yeah, I think he did his job and dealt with everything that sort of came his way. Moved the ball on fairly quickly, but maybe wasn't involved in major key moments. And part of that's down to is the role that he's playing as well. Give it to the Njais, the Alcarazes. Give it to the people in front of you. So he did his job decent, and he wasn't involved in anything spectacular. So I think
corners was bad as well. So that's
that's something. You're right. You are right. That's the downside, and something that would knock him down a point. I'd go with 6. I think 6 probably is fair because he didn't play very badly, personally, I think. But he didn't do anything that was spectacular either. I mean, Rod mentions it here. He says, good game after being left out. Or on as a sub, still not impressed. And Emma called him Mr. Invisible.
Remember saying that, after the game. Can't argue with it. He's got to do more, I think. For how long he's been at the club now and his age, you can't say he's young anymore. He's got to, if he's going to become a top footballer, it's time for him to pull his socks up and be what we all. Because when we first got him, his potential was massive. And you look at Branthwaite, what he's doing with his potential is fulfilling it. I still feel Garner can be a lot better player. He has got qualities, but he's not doing everything that he needs to do for me.
He's got that potential, isn't he? He's one of those whether you think he'll fulfill that potential. Because we expected maybe when we saw how he was a year ago, for example, we think, he should be better than he was then. So whereas he's maybe just the same. So people seem to be in the same sort of agreement. Some lower numbers than say you would get from the other midfielders. Emma went for a 6. Nick went for a 6. Scouse went for a 5.
Scouse.
Eltel 7.5.
Good mark that is from Eltel.
Yeah, it's still good. Low 6 from Lulu.
Ooh, Lulu's gone low 6. Still give him a decent one there, to be fair, better than mine.
Keegan gave him a 6.5. Shelley gave him a 6.
Is mine the lowest? Mine's the lowest. We win a game and I give him a 5. I feel harsh now, but no, I'm sticking my guns to this system.
He did good. I mean,
okay.
that's good, isn't it? So the 6 is a good, really. Charlie had a -10 off Emma. Needs to maybe have a.
Well, I went 5.
More
so
practice.
I went okay. I didn't give him a good. I gave him an okay. 5's okay. I didn't make the sacrifice to go to 6 to give him the good. I stuck with okay, and I'm standing my ground on that one. I'm the lowest, I think. There.
I think he's got to be. He's got to step up a little bit because you've got Alcaraz who's being put in, obviously, being put in where he can fit, and Alcaraz might well fit in that spot that he's got, and if he doesn't, then Arubinen might be the one as well because he's biting. So be interesting to see what happens. Yeah, that's all the scores. Clarkey just mentions about the defense. Garner's
I love this part.
Match every week and so on.
I love this part. Do you know, this is what Toffee Bluecast does. Nick Carr's in the house. Yeah, hi Keegan, how you doing? How are you? That's what we do. A couple of Everton fans chatting in the comments as we give them their ratings. Yeah, that's what we want. Right, on to the next one. And who we got?
Just that last little bit from Eltel. Flash Goals, by the way, gave him a 7.5.
Oh, they like him.
So
I like him as well, but I don't think he was a 7.5. Not if,
better than Mikolenko, better than O'Brien, as good as Tarkovsky and Branthwaite. Interesting. Next one we go across some people's man of the match. To be fair, sorry, we have Garner.
So Garner Gay. Yeah, Garner Gay. Do you know what? I'm going to go straight in there on Garner Gay before any of you jump in the comments. Garner Gay, my player rating for Garner Gay is going to be 10 out of 10. Yes, he's got a 10 out of 10 from me. And you're probably thinking he needs to score to get a 10 out of 10. No, he doesn't. You know what I mean? He's just amazing. For what he does is incredible. Can't think of much that he did wrong. No, can't think of anything that he did wrong. Can't think of a bad thing that he did in the game. Been fantastic. Really, really. Even when we scored the goal, he was pushing up to get like on the counter attack with the other players towards the end of the game at the 94th minute. And I put something on the TikTok. He's on the TikTok. It says he's smashing everyone, 100 tackles or something like that. No, he's done 115 tackles. He's beating everyone on tackles. So
in Europe,
10 out of
10. Across the 5 big leagues, he's got most tackles in or something like that.
Yeah, 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 for me. Sorry, boys. I know it's a mad mark, but 10 out of 10.
No, I get it. I do get it. And the thing is as well, work rate, obviously. And he's that thing about they used to say it about Kante, but they said it about Garner Gay quite a lot, is that what is something like the earth is 70% water, or the surface of the earth is 70% water, but Garner Gay covers 100% or something like that or other. His work rate is ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. And yeah, we have seen his Instagram story.
Yeah, and do you know what you get when you do his Instagram story? You get if you post something saying "cop arts are gobshites," you get 10 out of 10 for me straight away. So yeah, 10 out of 10. Yeah. What are you giving him, Paul?
Yeah, I think you can't. I think he was probably, well, he was man of the match yesterday. So, and what I really liked is he was the most composed person on the pitch. You know, that midfield got quite tight, particularly second half, and the reason that we broke out of that midfield and created a good few chances was because of quick play by Garner Gay. So yeah, I'm quite happy for a 9.5 or a 10. I understand it, and I agree with it really. So
what have we got in the comments?
We've got lots in the comments. We've got lots. Yeah, they love him. They love him to bits. We have got, where are we? Oh, I've gone too far. Let me just find all the 10s because that's where it is.
There's other 10s. I don't feel stupid now then.
No, not at all. No. Nick gave him an 8.5. Emma gave him a 9. LTL gave him a 10. Shelley gave him an 8. Lulu and West Egg both gave him an 8. Kay gave him an 8.5. Just 1 or 2 misplaced passes. That's a good point. You know, Clarkey says Modric 40, so why can't Garner Gay play another 2 years? I think generally players are playing longer in their careers because they're fitter. Generally, what it should be, to be honest.
I think Modric was more. Adam give him a 12 if he kills. Of a passer than what Garner Gay is. Garner Gay's more energy into it, I think, than what Modric's game was.
Yeah,
it's going to be interesting though. I think he's not slowing down. But he can just. At the age of 35, your age can just jump on you at any given moment. He could literally. I think Coleman, that happened to him. He had a really good season the last season. He was supposed to be back this season playing, and all of a sudden his age has just hit him. So, although he's peaking, you don't know how long he's got left. You know what I mean? And I'm embracing every little second of Garner Gay at the minute. I'm telling you that for sure. He should be.
Keegan gave him a 9. Adam obviously gave him a 10. Scouse gave him a 7.5. Yeah, he did. He did keep Gibbs White quiet, and I think there was only the one time Gibbs White got away from him, and he pulled him back and slowed down their attack. Took the booking for it. So there you go. Rod says,
"Good point by Rod Ross."
Yeah, we managed to replace Garner with Garner. That won't happen very often.
Had to be done.
It won't happen very often. I mean, the thing is, and touch wood, here and everything else is that he's avoided injury, and when you're older and you get injured, and Seamus would tell you this, it's harder to come back. It takes longer to come back as well.
Oh yeah, he's done very
and you
well.
do lose more. You do lose more of pretty much everything when you do come back. So
He's made a man.
Yeah, absolutely. And Clarkey gave him an 8.5. Clarkey, you weren't bastard at 33, still a young whippersnapper, surely. If we kept going across, then our next starter would have been, where are we? Oh, Njai. Oh, sorry, hang on. Oh, this is the controversial part, and I'm only using flash scores as a reference point and information. But they gave him a 6.9.
What are they on? Probably because he got a yellow card. Cook. Honestly, it's
maybe.
cooking. You know what I mean?
Maybe.
This was my exact point on the match reaction. I said if Garner Gay played for any other team than Everton, he would be getting raved about and spoken about like he is Paulo Nedved.
Massive.
But
massive.
There was a moment. I don't know whether you lot seen it. And this is quick because we've got to crack on with these. But Njai thought he got fouled for a penalty, and then Njai pointed to his Everton badge, and he was like, "Yeah, I'll play for Everton. Of course, I'm not going to get the." I don't know if you've seen that video going around.
It was the Arsenal game, wasn't it? Yeah, it was the Arsenal game.
He pointed to the Everton badge, and he was like, "No, I'm definitely not getting a penalty because I play for Everton." So even Njai knows already. Right, on to the next player then. Who we got?
Njai.
Really, man, Njai. Talk of the player.
Oh, Skilly. Yeah, he did all right, but he didn't last, did he? He got took off on roughly on the hour.
Does anyone know if it was an injury? But it hasn't been said that it's an injury, has it?
No, really. Don't know, but maybe he's not quite back up to scratch. I'm trying to think. Did he have the knee strapping on again?
He didn't have the knee strapping on, I don't think. But Williams did take him out a lot. You know, Williams did leave a lot on him. A lot. And the referee let them take him out. The referee didn't look after Iliman Njai at all. Like the referee just let him get kicked and played advantage. Let him get kicked and played advantage. And the referee, it's just going to keep happening. And Njai, if the problem with Njai, by the way, and this is quick, the problem with Njai, he needs protected by referees because players can't tackle him and they'll kick him. And he's such a skillful player, he'll get taken out a lot. And this happened that game. Williams was proper dirty on him, in my opinion. So I'm going to give Njai. I'm going to give him. I love Njai, by the way. He's one of my favourite players, and I feel bad to not give him a 10, but I'm going to give him a 7.5. I don't normally do 0.5s, but I'm going to give him a 7.5 because I know what he can be. Lovely touch, that ball through. Do you know the ball through over the top? And he just touched it down and the one-on-one with the keeper, and he hit it to the keeper and didn't chip it over. But his control, like, no matter, this is the thing. Our players can whack the ball into Njai, full whack ball, and he can still control it. There's nothing that he can't control. His control is insane. Like, even from goal kicks and anything, his ability is unbelievable. 7.5, but he's going to be a 10.
I love his movement. When he receives that ball, he doesn't take it at the quickest point. What I mean by that is that if someone's playing it to him, he won't get the ball directly, like sort of if you're standing and the ball's like just in front of you. He doesn't control it there. He lets the ball come all the way into him, almost as he leans, sort of as if he goes back, and then that touch then brings the ball forward. So straight away, it's putting the defender. It's creating a little bit of space for himself, basically. What I'm saying, and that's hard to do, particularly on some of the passes that get zipped in. So really skillful player. I just think, like you said, Forest were they kept a foot in or two. There were lots of free kicks yesterday. It's
very dirty.
And it felt as though it was sort of stop, start. And I think a lot of that was them, to be honest. We had our share, but I don't think we left a lot in, to be honest. So And Jai was probably stifled a little bit. I would give him a 7. I still think he's coming back from
to full
months
fitness,
off,
100%,
really.
100%.
So he's not quite back. He's not quite there yet, I don't think. So I'd give him.
Moyes said that
I'd
in
give
the
him a
interview.
7
Moyes
first.
said, Moyes did say he's not. It'll take him a while to get to full fitness. Moyes said.
Yeah, I think so. Altel gave him a 7. Scouse gave him a 7. Adam,
10.
Gave him a 10, of course. Keegan gave him 5.5. Kay gave him a 10. Shelley gave him a 10.
Do you think a 5.5 is brutal, or you okay?
No, I mean,
he gave Brantwaite. I think he's got high standards for Brantwaite and Enjoy, and probably don't think that they could be wasn't up to their normal standards. But 5.5 is okay for Enjoy.
Just because he wasn't involved in many key moments. Obviously, he had the one chance, but when you look past that, I mean, I don't know why he isn't on more set pieces, to be honest. But there you go. Clarkey gave him an 8. Yeah, not fully fit. Alcaraz he was assaulted by Yates in the box. I know we had a chat about that as well. Catch that on the instant match. If he could work on a final pass, potentially, I think he could do with some better runs off people, to be honest. Lulu gave him a 7. High standards, absolutely. Nick thinks that he's.
Yeah, you feel harsh. You feel like you have to say sorry when you give him a low mark, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, we don't get penalties. West End gave him 7.5. Does anyone remember that sport? Yeah, I do partly. Dan, I don't think would remember Superstars. If you're on about the 70s version with Kevin Keegan and whoever else.
Yeah,
have you ever heard of Superstars?
Well, you said in the 70s. I was born in 89, wasn't I? So what am I, 35? You say it like I'm super young, but my kids tell me I'm old at the minute, 35. You know
I know,
but
you're super young compared to me. Bloody hell.
Well, yeah. But when I act like I'm 21, Paul, you know what I mean? And I still think I'm 21, and 35 is a bit older, isn't it? Right.
I know. Anyway, so NJ got, what did they give him? They gave him a 6.6.
Yeah, it wasn't a fan, was
you know? So, and he did come off after the hour. So, like I say, maybe not ready as yet. What about our sort of final midfielder, who I think was better than he normally is, to be honest? It's the old Harrison.
It's an interesting one, you know. It's because this is really interesting. Like, I put Jack Harrison on. Obviously, I put Everton, a video of Jack Harrison after the game saying, "Thank you, Toffees, for travelling. Really nice, Jack. He's a nice person, basically." And he said, "Thanks for your support and all that." And I put the video of Jack Harrison on TikTok and I put it on YouTube. And on the TikTok, loads of Leeds fans was like, "Come back, Jack. Come back, Jack." And I messaged saying, "You're not on the Titanic." But and a lot of Everton fans, even when I put it on the YouTube in the shorts, a lot of us give Harrison a little bit of stick, but even some of our subscribers that we don't hear from that much, they said, "Well played, Jack Harrison. You really played well. Like, this was one of your better games. Keep it going." And really supportive towards Jack Harrison. So not all are against Jack Harrison. Let's just say that. Some really do rate him. I'm going to give him. I think this game, he was better. And there was a Leeds fan that goes on the TikTok, he was fuming. He goes, "Jack Harrison took Anderson out on that. He should have got a yellow for that. He should have got a yellow. That's disgusting. He didn't get a yellow." But I said to him, did you not see Anderson just stand on him and Jack Harrison get up because he stood on him, pissed off, ran all the way back to the halfway line just to take Anderson out because Anderson got away with standing on him. So don't think Harrison did that for no reason. I think this Forest fan just seeing Harrison run back and deliberately kick Anderson, which he did, yeah? But he didn't do it for no reason. He did it because Anderson left his studs on him early on. They didn't replay it, by the way. They'll never replay it because they don't. But I'm telling you, Anderson left his studs on because I always want Harrison to play with aggression, and he never plays with aggression. He's too nice.
Chilled, isn't he?
You want him to play with aggression, and I do believe, Paul, at the start of the game when that happened and Anderson did that, it really did boil him up, and this is why it was one of Harrison's really better games.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give him an 8. I think he had a good game. I think Harrison had a good game because Anderson pissed him off by crunching him, so he crunched him back.
I understand. We've got a decent mix of thoughts on this because. Nick, for example, well, first of all, we've got Kay who gives him a 9. You know,
good mark.
And then we've got Kay who gave him a 9, and Nick gave him a 6.5. 4 accurate crosses from 14, 2 shots both off target. Is that
Nick Carr's getting good, isn't he?
Well, he is, yeah. But the thing,
yeah, shout out to you, Nick Carr. You're a bit of a stat man. You're giving Paul competition here. I like it.
He is, yeah. He's good. He's good. The thing is, I understand what he's saying in that he's been so bad that for him to do half decent makes it look better than it actually is. You know, it's like if I go school analogy, it's the kid who's not very well behaved, who doesn't do their work, but then they did one piece of work and then they get rewarded for doing it. Do you know what I mean? Whereas you got the other ones who have got a higher standard and more consistent, and they don't see a reward because that's what's expected of them. And I get what Nick's saying. It's that kind of game that Harrison's had. So we think of the times that he was giving the fullback a bit of a run round and waiting to go inside and then outside, and he got crosses in, not always dead accurate. But he got himself in those positions. I think I half agree with Nick, but I also think that he did play much better than he normally does. So I give him a 7.5. I give him a 7.5 for that yesterday.
It's a good mark for Harrison because Harrison's normally a player.
It is a good mark for Harrison.
A low mark, yeah. We expect more from him, and I wouldn't normally give him an 8. By the way, it's just because he's a lot better than what he normally is. He's normally really poor. So, yeah. What have we got in the comments?
Involved a lot as well. Keegan gave him a 2.8.
Oh, Keegan, you brutal.
You know. So there you go.
Harrison, if you're listening, I'm sorry for that one.
Sorry, Jack. Scouts gave him a 6.5. Harrison gave him a 9. M went for a 6.
Harrison gave him a 9.
Yeah. Sorry.
He gave himself a 9.
Eltel gave him a 9. M is 6. Lulu 6.5. Yeah, you know, he's got him playing all right. Maybe this sums it up. He weren't shit.
Yeah,
but he was consistent. He was consistent.
You know,
so
that means okay.
Clarky gives him a 7. Shelley gives him a 7. Did he create most of the chances?
He whipped some good balls in, didn't he? He did whip some good balls in across. Maybe all right. Maybe we're getting out. Maybe we're trying to be too nice to him, and we want wingers even more brutal than him.
Maybe he's thinking we've got 6 games left. Or 7 games left, and he's thinking, "Hang on,
playing for his job, isn't he?
You know, I've not permanently signed yet, so that's it. It's the reapplying for your job thing that we had a little mention of on Friday. Needs to up his game, remaining fixture if he's going to stay. So maybe someone's had a word. Adam gives him a 6. The end product's not quite there. I don't know whether it was a sitter. I didn't think the ball from Decore helped him massively. I don't even think he expected to get it, to be honest. So then he had to do that turn.
Sometimes when you see those shots, it looks like they miss a sitter, but then when you actually go and look what's in front of them, the players are closing them down, and it forces him to chip it, and then they hit it over the crossbar. Do you know what I'm saying? You see, literally they'll hit the shot, and you see 2 legs going in, and he's got to hit it over those legs. So you think they've got a shot on, and sometimes they haven't. They're getting closed down better than what we close down sometimes.
No, and I think obviously it benefits us, but I think generally people want him to do well. They want him to do well.
Sign him, look. Nick Carr wants to sign him. He says, definitely don't sign him.
I get it. I do get it. You got to have someone who's going to be in that position ahead of him, and someone else who's going to be the backup for that position. So that's getting two. That's getting two
the
players
job.
in before you get rid of him. Do you know what I mean? It's
The
like
big
with the
problem for
Decore
me,
thing. I was just going to say,
and
it's
this is,
like the Decore thing. Is that people are saying don't give him a contract. If it's a short-term contract, it's not the worst thing in the world as long as he's a squad player, as long as he's sort of a backup for someone in that 10 position, because you're going to need people. You know, you're not only going to have your 11 players, are you? You're going to need people. Come on, you're going to need people to cover through injuries and suspensions and stuff like that. So, you know, we can't get rid of everyone. We're going to have to keep a few people to do the running when we need them to.
the big problem for me though
Go
is
on.
I think that we're not going to be able to loan him again. And Leeds are quite. We've
No.
seen what Leeds was like with Nonto. They wanted 30, 40 million. Leeds do ask for big money on players. They're well known for getting the maximum for players, and I don't think Leeds will. They'll probably take him back, or they'll ask for a big fee. And I just think, yeah, he is decent, and yeah, like you said, Paul, he's a good squad player. But I could see them putting a price tag on him like 15, 20, 25 million, and then it gets you thinking a little bit more. Then, doesn't it? Then you're like,
Yeah.
yeah, so it's going to be interesting what happens with him. But that's a different topic on transfers, isn't it? So, who have we got? Is that all the ones in the comments for Jack Harrison?
I think so, pretty much. They gave him a 7.2.
Yeah, it was his better game, one of his better games.
Scores, so good second option. Again, there's people who can do better in his position, but maybe we haven't got them yet. You know, so that's where we are with him. That's where we are with him. It does mean that we're up to the hero of the hour, if you like, Mr.
I know, it's an interesting one. This is, this is an interesting one
because his player rating for the game,
Everton.
not because he scored the goal. Obviously, that's going to help. But
this is going to be a brutal one.
What would you give him for his game? What would you give him for his game?
Yeah, this is going to be a really interesting one, isn't it? Because
yeah, I bet, yeah.
What rating do you give him for the game? Because I've seen a few people that said the same as me. They were saying, "Oh, I'm just starting to think you should get him off. Who can you put in that position?" Then he goes and scores. You know what I mean?
Well, I'll throw this on now before we say ours, because Clarkie's admission of that is it was very common. Anyone who was looking on social media was looking at lots of comments was Decore's awful. Get him off. And then obviously he gets the winner. So it'd be interesting a before and after. Before the goal, what would you have given?
I know.
You know, after the goal, how much is the goal worth?
He probably would have gone from a 4 to a 9. That's how mad it is for some people.
Nick says a 6, but 4 of them are for the goal.
Yeah, it's probably not wrong. You do get big points for a winning goal. And I put a video up of him. I put a video of Decore up on the shorts of him scoring the goal and him celebrating, and Garner Gabe celebrating with him. And I put music on it. And you straight away you think he does score big goals. Like, you can't ever remember that he kept us up in the Premier League when nobody would have scored. If he didn't score that goal against Bournemouth, and he scored a big goal. I can remember, like you said, Paul, there was a point where a lot of us didn't really rate Decore, and then he started playing well, and he got sent off with Harry Kane taking his eyelash off, and all us Everton fans says, no, we don't want you to get sent off because we're actually really going to miss you. And we turned them. We started thinking we'll miss Decore. So we do. He's I don't know. But he did say, I put it on the picture of the actual show tonight. Decore, he did do that, sign the contract. Give me the contract and I'll sign it. He did do that. So he's playing for the contract.
And also as well, he did a piece with Leon Osman for Match of the Day. He showed it on Football Focus. And the kids gave him a celebration to do. He was doing the golf club. They added a little bit more in, but he did that as well. as he was sort of going back to the
Yeah,
centre.
he's one of the nicest guys ever, honestly. He
He
even
is a
messaged
top man.
Eliana back. He messaged Eliana back and he sent a top with Decore on the back to Eliana. And Eliana's one of Eliana's favourite players. So can't be too brutal on him. And like I say, sometimes I want a player more technical, but then he has got a rocket in him. He has got a rocket in him from nowhere. And he had a rocket in him this game.
Yeah.
I'm going to give him a 9. You do get, it probably would have been a 6 before he scored, but he gets a 9 for me. It's how it works for me. He won the game, didn't he?
No,
what are you giving him?
That's what it's what he's like, and I suppose some people think I give him a hard time, but I just see two sides of him. I see the side without the ball, works dead hard, great attitude, 100% all the way through, never gives up. I put him in the same bracket as Beto in that way. With the ball, can be a nightmare. I mean, it was a good job the chance was first, hit it first time, because I would have been worried otherwise. But he's always involved, and there's that stat of every time that Decore scored, we haven't lost. It's like 14 wins and 6 draws. Anytime he scored, we haven't lost.
Yeah, I did see that on
it's
Twitter.
Absolute crackers. But he keeps doing it. And there is the discussion and the argument that we've spoke about a few times before, and the fact that there are better players who would play in his position, and they might be as or more successful as Decore, and we were not going to know that until that actually happens. But you can't deny he really loves the club, and he seems as though he wants to stay. And he obviously wants his contract and everything else. So good luck to him. I just think, who was it who mentioned it? Rod mentioned it. Love him, but if we're going to progress, then he can't be first choice in that position. So there's lots of love, though. Adam gave him a 10. I said before, Clarkie gave him a 7. Kay gave him an 8. Emma gave him an 8, only for the goal, though. Scouse gave him a 5, but it would have been a 3 or 4. Kay changed the mind, 7.5. We must have put him off. Decore is getting a 9.9 from Keegan.
Come on, that is. The marks are random from Keegan. He can be brutal. He can be super nice.
People are conflicted. They're just conflicted, aren't they?
That's why I said I like this.
7.
Yeah. Lulu's gone 7.
Shelley an 8. Emma the 5, but 3 extra points for our 3 points.
Yeah, for the 3 points. I like it. Good for
to the LTL game is 7-4. He does. You know what? There's particularly British managers love someone who puts in a shift. They absolutely someone grafting, don't they? They love a grafter, and he does. Kay's right.
A lot of us
work
fans,
off the ball.
Yeah, a lot of us fans, we only look at what we do with the ball. What we do off the ball, we're often not even looking at because we're just pissed off that we ain't got the ball. But a lot of us fans don't see what we do off the ball. And I think Moyes, as a manager, he'll know more than us. And he'll work so hard on to set that team up to be so good off the ball. And I think on the training ground, Decore is a weapon that he can use to do so much off the ball to get us these results. And I think that's what's happening. They don't just play a game and see what happens. All these games have got a lot of training involved, a lot of tactics involved. And I think Decore is a player that David Moyes really likes tactically because he can play everywhere.
They gave him a 7.6,
7.6,
which is just 1 behind, 0.1 behind Pickford, who got man of the match as well. So the goal's doing a lot of heavy lifting, let's say. I'm just thinking about time. Should we do a quick fire?
Quick fire. Well,
and our final 4. So I'm going so this will be Brozier, who started up front, and then it'll be the 3 lads who came on in Alcaraz, Beto, and
let's go quick fire, people. Get your fingers on the keypads ready, people. We're going to do a quick fire. We are supposed to be doing this in 30, 40 minutes, and eventually we'll start shutting up and not saying much about the players and doing 30, 40 minutes. But it's new, so we like to just get stuff off our chest about the players, and we get all yours on the screen as well. So we will get quicker, and it will be a 40-minute show. But right, Brozier.
So Brozier for me, yeah, struggled. Seemed a bit lost. Maybe like you were saying on yesterday, maybe not as brutal and direct as Beto is. Was waiting for a bit more service in particular areas. Maybe not his best audition. Probably a 5.5. Probably 5.5 for me. Sounds a bit harsh.
If you look across the bottom there, 6-7's good. Do I think he was good? Not really. 4-5's okay. I'm not going to give him a brutal okay. I'm going to give him a 5 okay. Which 5 is, it does sound really bad, 5, but it's okay.
Yeah.
He didn't do anything incredible. He didn't do anything that good. No,
it's
5.
no, it's okay.
Harsh,
it's okay.
But it's what it was.
Lulu is a 5. She's not a fan. Emma's a 4. Clarkie's a 6.5. Scouse is a 4. Kay's a 5.5. Shelley's a 4. And Keegan. Keegan's an 8.5. You don't know where Keegan's going to go, do you? You don't know where Keegan's going to go. To be fair,
I'd put Keegan in that number 10 position.
Yeah,
I'd put Keegan in the number 10 position, Paul. You wouldn't know where he's going to go, would you? He's like,
no,
you don't know.
Exactly. I think Emma was saying that he's overall made of biscuits. We've then got Beto. So bam, straight away Keegan was in 7.5. Beto didn't do that bad, did he really? Involved? What do you think?
I'd give Beto, I'd give him a 9. Thought he was decent when he came on.
Really? Wow.
And you know what? I'm not even giving him a 9 because he was that good when he came on. I'm giving him a 9 because I missed him.
Right. Got you.
And I know that's really bad marking, and that's against all the rules and stuff like that. But I actually missed him. I generally do think when he come on, he was a nuisance. And I thought if you started, you probably would have scored. So I'm going to give him a 9 just to make a statement. Because I feel if I give him a 9, and obviously Beto will be happy listening to this, and David Moyes will be listening and thinking, you know what? I'm going to start him next week if Dan's giving him a 9. So yeah, Beto, 9. Calling you out, David Moyes. Play. Start him next game.
You probably could do, to be fair. I wouldn't be as generous as that. I'd probably say a 6.5. 6.5, I think. Again, same decor, eh? Same. I know you're looking at me like that.
What did he do to you? What did he do to you, mate?
He didn't. No, that's good. 6.5 is he did good.
Don't try and palm me off saying 6.5 is good.
I don't think it was great.
7 and 8, mate. Don't try and drop a sneaky, dirty one on Beto, mate. And
well, I tell you what, we've got 2 ends of the scale here. We've got 2 ends of the scale because Keegan gave him a 7.5, but Scouse gave him a 3. I tell you what, Adam's
people on your team. You got back up.
Adam's on a fan. He gave him a 2. Lowest score of the night. Lowest score of the night.
Adam, you bet not. If Beto, imagine Adam, if Beto said now he'd come on your channel and you just gave him a 2, mate. So he'd be changing his mind. Right.
Yeah. 10.2. Shelley gave him a 5.5. Kay gave him a 6. Nick gave him a 6.
Yeah,
he did. They would rather have carried on playing against Broya than having to deal with Beto, the Forest defence, I think. Emma gave him a 7. Clarkie gave him a 7. Scout can't remember what he did. I understand. And a few shouts for Schmitty as well, because he didn't really get a look in. Maybe it's not his time. Maybe next season is. You know, Adam reckons that we should just have Skilliman up front. So I guess we'll.
I think Schmitty is going to have a big pre-season. Really. I do think Schmitty is going to have a big pre-season. It's a shame because I've seen him. I do really like Schmitty. He's got something about him that's a bit big personality on him, I reckon. It'll be interesting. He's one for the future, and he's got time. Yeah. Right.
What about our Argentinian, Mr. Alcaraz?
I love him. You know I love him. So this is a bit brutal for me. I'm going to give him a 6.5. Didn't really do that much when he come on, did he? 6.5. Did get smashed in the face when he come on, didn't he? By Yates.
Yeah. Yeah.
Felt sorry for him. He's took some big blows, hasn't he? Oh, Chris,
Yeah.
smashes. He took some big blows for us.
Yeah. And he was around. He was involved. He was involved. He wasn't a passenger. I thought actually he linked up quite well with Garner Gay. He was maybe doing the progressive passing and moving forward that James Garner didn't. So
just a shout out to Lulu if you have already gone. She supported the channel last time you was on, and you literally did it as the channel was ending. And you're probably already gone now, so I'm saying this for no reason. But I was meant to give you a shout out at the start of the channel. Yeah, thanks for supporting the channel. We will do some giveaways, and we'll make sure that we do sort you out for supporting the channel. Thank you so much. Have a great night.
So yeah, there's a lot of love for Charlie, but maybe understanding that it wasn't the best game he's had. I still think he did a decent job. I'm quite happy give him a 7, really, for what he did. I think he was involved. Should have maybe got a penalty as well. So 7 for me. What did you give him?
I give him a 6.5, so about the same as you.
Yeah, Adam forgot that he'd actually come on the pitch. I agree, Kate. I think he should be starting. I think he should be starting. I don't think it would have been bad for him to start, to be honest. Emma gave him a 5. Clarky gave him a 7. So did Kay, gave him a 7. Adam loves Charlie, gave him an 8.
Good mark.
That's for Beto. Scouse gave him a 5.5. Alcaraz is getting a 7.9 off Keegan. What happened to Moyes' face? I don't know. What was it?
He's got a mark on his face, I think. There's nothing.
Has he been? Is there been another dressing room scrap?
Yeah.
Shelley gave him a 6.5. Yeah, I'm with Scouse. I mean, when I saw that he was coming on and just doing a like for like with Njai, he'll always fill in and I'll never complain about it. But that left wing area is not his position. He's filling in. He's filling in, but it's almost very far away from where you want him to be involved.
There was when he come on. I remember this now. When Alcaraz come on, he basically ran right back to his defenders to get the ball. I don't know if you remember it. He ran right into the midfield, and he went up to get the ball off our centre backs and played as like a freaking number 6. He was just like wanted to get on the ball, and I feel sorry for him because he really does want to show himself. And I think he's a cracker, but he needs to start. David Moyes says he wants to see players before the season's finished. Alcaraz needs to be starting. You know what you're going to get with Decore. And I think it's massive because we needed those 3 points against Forest. That's why he started Decore. I think we'll see more of Alcaraz. I do. Who else have we got then?
We've got one more, and it was good to see him. And we've got McMessy. So, McNeil.
He's going to be an interesting mark.
What do we think? He came on in the 89th minute. You know, he was on the pitch for what were we were about? He was on the pitch for 6 minutes.
What sort of mark are you getting 6 minutes? I'll let you go first.
He got an assist.
What you get?
In fact, actually, going off Everton Stato, Bradley Cates, good lad. McNeil is supposedly the first Everton player to be substituted in the 90th. I think it said 90th minute. He was substituted in. He's the first player to be substituted. Come on. In 90 plus minutes and have a direct involvement with a winning goal.
So interesting information, people. There you go.
There you go.
So just for that, you might get extra marks just for that.
So someone who played
Kay's comments funny.
6-7 minutes. Shelley gave him a 9.
Kay's is funny. Kay says above that, look. Yeah, let me put some on before we give ours. Let's have a look. Where are we? Here we go. Kay says,
I
I'm
was,
going to give McNeil
yeah.
a 10 because what else could he do for the time he was on? And you're probably not wrong. Couldn't do much more, could he, than an assist? Probably
No,
score a hat trick, maybe, but I don't think
I
that's
actually,
possible.
well, I did miss out. I did miss out a few what flash scores are given. They gave Rozier a 7-3, which I think was very
Bloody hell, I like him,
gen-
doesn't he?
generous. They gave Beto a 6-7,
Bit off.
and I'll tell you in a minute what the. Oh yeah, sorry, we did Alcaraz. They gave Alcaraz a 7 as well. So all about opinions anyway. McNeil, yeah, you got. I mean, for what he did when he was on the pitch, all of it was great. So I can understand someone giving a 10, but you know, splits
What are you
opinion
giving him?
maybe. I'm good. I'll give him an 8. I'll give him an 8.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, if
I'll give him.
if
I'll
you
give him.
always start at if you start at like a 6 or a 6 or a 7, then what you do when you come on then, or if you're on, is good, then it goes up, and if not, it go down. And he didn't do anything that wasn't good, and did
I'm going to give
a
him a
couple of
9.
things that were very good.
If you're giving him an 8, I'm going to give him a 9. Why not? Have a 9, McNeil. You know what I mean? You come on, you ran around like an headless chicken in the middle of the park. You eventually got the ball on the right hand side, and you put a good pass through. Although, when I watched that pass back, I thought it was really bad defending from them not to stop it. It was so close to their player. The
It
ball
was
through, you know.
really
It
close,
was,
wasn't it?
and
Just
do you know
behind
what?
the defender.
If their player wasn't so shit and actually stopped that, you'd say it was a really bad ball by McNeil to hit the player. And I don't think the ball was that good when I watched it back. I was saying to you,
No.
it was a really good ball. But when I actually watched it back, no disrespect to McNeil, by the way, I've given him a 9. But I'm just saying it was very close to the player. But I suppose it had to be to get to Corey the way it did. But very bad defending by them.
It was bad defending because his body position wasn't great either.
No, it wasn't. I
To be
watched it back
honest,
and I was like,
so
"Wow, lucky."
we did kind of get away a little bit with that. Clarkey gave him a 7. Adam gave him a 10. We saw Kay give him a 10. Emma gave him an 8. Shelley gave him a 9. Keegan gave him an 8.8. Scouse gave him a 6.5. Nick gave him a 6. Done his job. You're not wrong. And Shelley wanted him on 65 minutes. Hopefully he's getting back to the position. He's had a couple of coming on as subs. Would he start again? You know, are we gonna? We've got lots of people who supposedly can play that left-hand side. Is that going to be? Is it going to be him on next Saturday? Is he going to start? Is Njai going to stay on that left-hand side? Moyes has got a few things to have a little think about.
Yeah, he's definitely got options, and that's what you want against Manchester City. And Manchester City are that good. I think you do need subs as well. So whoever he does start, what do they give him?
Nothing.
Bit harsh.
He was so good. He was so good. He didn't need a mark.
Yeah, I think I looked at that. They've got a rule where they don't give you something if you come on too late. Apparently,
Yeah.
Bit harsh, though. They give him 0. I mean, I don't know what 0 means. What does 0 mean? 1 means
Who
terrible.
knows?
So I don't know what 0 means. Bit
Who
harsh.
knows?
Brutal.
But it was still
Absolutely
good,
brutal.
and we yeah, it
You
was a
make
good
me
night.
feel. You know, it's been. I got in my car with my Everton top earlier on, and I did a video and put it on the new Toffee Bluecast TikTok, and it just feels good, doesn't it? I'm happy with Everton at the minute. I really am, and I know you lot are as well. Seen a couple of people say it's so much better when Everton win, into it. It's, the world's a better place when Everton win, and everyone's happy. Everyone really is happy, and I like it. I think we deserve it as well. We've been through that much shit that we deserve to be happy, and
yeah, not
hope
wrong.
you've all had a boss weekend, people. If you ever need anything, we're here for you for anything. Just let us know. And if you want to speak to us privately, let us know. Just anything in life, football or non-football, we're here for you. And have a boss week. It's Easter week coming up now. Have a good week, everyone. We will be back on a pre-match for the next game. We're just loving Everton at the minute. We really are. If you can, in the description below on this Toffee Bluecast, in the description. So on this channel, when you come off and you look at the description underneath, normally do the links, the Twitter links, etc. There is the new TikTok link in the description. So if you do want to click the link, it'll take you straight over to the TikTok. You can subscribe, and we've got loads of stuff that we're going to do on that and have a bit of fun on it with the Toffee Bluecast. So do that if you can. Have a boss one. Keep safe. And we will be back, Paul, won't we? We will be back. Manchester City
We'll be
next,
back.
So.
Yeah, back Friday, if not before. And yeah, on the way up, maybe Europe, top 11. You never know.
We're on our way up, baby. We are on our way up. There's no surprise to see bloody Ipswich are smashing it now, ain't they? Bloody hell. We are going to be safe, by the way, people. But I'm just saying, it'd just be nice if Ipswich did keep losing, but they're not. They're pulling results out. So we'll have a boss one, everyone. Good night. And I promise you, and I really do promise you this, next time we do player ratings, 30 minutes, 40 minutes max. We just love you that much that we just couldn't end the show. Have a boss one. See you later.